Hey guys, and welcome back to another edition of the Cocktail Guy at Home with yours truly, Rich Woods. I'm back in my kitchen in South London, and you're going to have to bear with me guys, I'm afraid, because it is particularly noisy outside. Now, before we get started, I did want to take the opportunity to wish everybody a very happy Easter, albeit belated. And for those of you who are fortunate enough to spend the time with family, friends and loved ones, I do hope you cherish the time, guys, and I do hope you didn't get under each other's skin and feet. For some of us, we weren't able to spend the time with family and loved ones, and for those of you like me who weren't, I do hope you sent love and well wishes. So I think let's crack on with the drink. So the drink I'm going to be making today references an ingredient and a cocktail that I posted on Instagram a few days ago called an Easy Peeler and Cacao Negroni. Now, I've had quite a few comments regarding the sub-recipes and the subsequent drink, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to showcase another cocktail using the beautiful and oh so delicious Easy Peeler citrus fruits. Now, as the name suggests, they are pretty Moorish, but the flavour doesn't just reside in the fruit. There is incredible aroma in the zest as well. So remember, next time you have one of these, keep the skin, put it in a takeaway container and just drop it in the fridge. Surround it with cling film, put it in saran wrap, put it in kitchen foil, and leave it in the fridge until you need to infuse it. And the important thing though to remember is when you are coming to infuse, not only do you have to wash the skin, but you need to remove as much of the white pith as possible. This is super bitter, we don't want this in the spirit. So here we go. So the drink is, I guess, a riff between a gin spritz and a gin fizz. Call it whatever you like, but it has got the citrus Easy Peeler in there again, infused into gin. The sourness is coming from just lemon juice, so squeeze half a lemon. The sweetness is coming from a sugar syrup, equal parts sugar and water. Infused into that, we're going to put a herb. Now, I think because we're using some really fruity, delicious citrus notes, I think a herb would work really well with this. So I suggest you either use some thyme, maybe some mint, some rosemary if you have it. Tarragon works quite well, but just use a smaller amount. I was very fortunate enough on one of my early morning runs to come across some bay leaves. So I'm going to be using a bay leaf sugar syrup. But before we make the drink, I wanted to show you guys how easy it was to make these separate infusions. You don't really require anything more than just the smallest amount of kitchen skill and a little bit more time, a little bit more patience. But I thought it was important to show you guys. Again, all you need is the basic bar equipment, the basic kitchen equipment. If you don't have vacuum bags, as I said before in a previous post, don't worry. Mason jars work just as well. Jam jars work just as well. Ziploc freezer bags, takeaway containers. So before we make the drink, I think let's crack on and show you guys some of the separate infusions and the separate processes that go into making this cocktail. So the first element we're going to be making is infusing our gin. So all I've got here is a mason jar. A jam jar works just as well, a takeaway container if you don't have these. These are great because essentially these are not just good for infusing, but you can also use these as I guess, kind of a home hack shaker. Put the infusions in there, seal them tightly, and you can give them a great old shake and help to encourage that infusion and releasing of flavours. So we're going to go ahead and just chuck our gin in here. So it's 250 mils of gin, straight in. There we go. Now to that, I'm going to be adding the zest of 2 Easy Peeler citrus fruits. We've already taken the pith off, as I said before. It's important because it's bitter. We don't want to add that extra bitterness to the infusion. Just tear these up slightly. If they're fresh, if you can, squeeze the oils out of the skin and just chuck them into your gin. Now, as I said, this does also make a great G&T hack. Just infuse the gin with your favourite zests. Easy Peeler, clementines, tangerines, satsumas, pink grapefruits if you have them, blood oranges make a great infusion, and then filter it after a few hours and then just top it up with tonic water. An amazing pimped G&T. Okay, so here we go. Last few. There we go. Seal it, very important. and that's it. Give it a good old shake, just to encourage the releasing of the aromatics, the oils from the zest, and then just leave it aside. Now, I only did my infusion for about 6 hours. If you wanted a stronger flavour, by all means carry on the infusion, but what I would suggest is every hour maybe after the initial 6 hours, just give it a taste. If you're wanting a stronger flavour, infuse it for longer. If you're happy with the flavour at that point, then just filter it. Once that's done, just filter it through a coffee filter, a tea cloth, some muslin, whatever you guys have to hand. The particles that are going in here are particularly large, so you don't need anything that's too fine. Now, on to the next product. That is a sugar syrup. So the infusion, as I said before, I've chosen is bay leaves. They're incredibly fresh, fragrant, and a little bit sweet when fresh. Dry, obviously a little bit bitter. They add a nice savoury note to dishes. When they're fresh, they add a really nice kind of a fresh floral note to cordials, spirits, sugar syrups, you name it. Here's one I made earlier, referencing a DIY show here. So, jam jar, infused into my sugar syrup. We have got 1 part water, 1 part sugar, and some bay leaves that I have just simply torn again and then dropped into the jar. In here is approximately 25 grams. And again, with the jam jar, it is fantastic because you can seal the lid, give it a good old shake to encourage that infusion. And again, like the gin, leave it to one side, forget about it. Literally forget about it. Come back in a few hours, give them both a try. If you're happy with the infusion at that point, filter them. If you're not, give it a little bit longer. But otherwise, guys, that's it. The next time you'll see me, we'll be making this drink. So sit back, relax, Netflix and chill, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, so we're back in the kitchen table. I hope that you are happy with the results of the Easy Peeler Gin and the sugar syrup. I hope you have some Easy Peeler Gin left for this cocktail if you haven't already used it in a G&T. As I said, a pimped version is delicious. But we're going to crack on with the drink. So you can, if you wish, choose to build this drink in a highball glass. I am choosing to stir down the first few ingredients and then mix in the soda water and then pour it into the glass. If you don't have soda water, no problem. You have a soda stream machine, you can use tap water, carbonate it a few times, chuck it in the fridge, leave it to chill, pour it over ice, it's fantastic. So let's crack on with the cocktail. Now I've already filtered off my different infusions, so here we have the gin. We are going to be adding 50 mils. Next I have my sugar syrup. Now, as I said before, I've gone with bay leaf. I think it's incredibly fresh and sweet, it works really well. We are going to go with 20. We've got some squeezed lemon here, so we're going in with half a lemon. I don't know why I'm measuring that. No idea why I measured that. Give it a mix. Going to be adding some ice. There we go, just to mix all these ingredients, stir them down, chill them, dilute them a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to be adding some ice into my glass. Got a rather large highball here. Okay, soda water. We'll start with 50. Let's bring this glass actually into the middle. I'm going to strain the cocktail over the soda. Now, because I've got quite a large glass, I am going to top it up with a bit more soda water. So that is a total of 85 for a large glass, obviously less if you're using a smaller glass. Obviously you can eyeball it though if you're pouring it straight into the glass, as I said before. Give it a little mix. There we go. And I'm going to add another cube of ice. Oh. And then I've kept a few bay leaves aside just for a garnish. And there we have it. So a very simple, oh so beautiful, fresh, citrusy, zesty, Moorish, delicious fizz. We have our clementine skin or our tangerine skin, essentially our easy peeler skin infused into gin. A sugar syrup infused with a herb. I've gone with bay leaf, but you can use mint, you can use rosemary, you can use a little bit of tarragon if you want. You can use dry produce if you've only got them in your cupboard. You don't have to use fresh. I've just been fortunate enough to come across some fresh bay leaves, half a lemon, and then some soda water. So let's give it a go. I really quite like that. Careful not to poke your eye out. Oh, that's not bad. One of these days I might do a video where I said it's actually not a great drink, but you would hope that I would have made these drinks before I did the video. But that is a cracking drink. Cool, that might actually be a 4 sip and it's gone. Oh, great. Okay guys, that's it from me. Please don't forget to keep checking back on my Instagram page or my IGTV. I'm going to continue to post recipes, 2 or 3 maybe a week, sub recipes. Please feel free to leave comments, ask any questions you like about the recipes. I'm also going to be posting on my YouTube channel, The Cocktail Guy. Otherwise, from me, I think let's leave it there. I hope you enjoy this. If not, please do feel free to, to make the turbo, the pimped up G&T. But until next time, guys, again, one last sip. Cheers.